This is the Audi A4 1.8 TFSI. It goes head-to-head with the Mercedes C-Class and the class-leading BMW 3 Series. The question I have is this: how does this front-wheel drive Audi stack up against the two rear-wheel drive German rivals?
For around 60 grand, this is the limited sport edition with lowered suspension, various bits and bobs, and these rather lovely alloy wheels. The engine is the excellent 1.8 litre petrol TFSI that kicks out 125 kilowatts and a diesel-rific 320 newton metres of torque. It also has a lovely interior let down slightly by some plasticky buttons for the MMI, but when compared against the Beamer and the Merc, I reckon it's the nicer cabin.
Unlike the other two, this is a front-wheel drive car, so all the weight is pushed up the front, and no matter how good the engine is, you're gonna notice. Now, if you don't care about driving dynamics, you can tune out for a few seconds. The 1.8 litre engine is fantastic. It's like any other VW Group engine. It's torquey, honestly, it's got an enormous amount of torque, which is really promising. The power's good, the handling is good, the ride is beautiful, and it's got a continuously variable transmission.
Sadly, and it pains me to say this, the A4, while not exactly ruined, is compromised by the gearbox. I've said it before, continuously variable transmissions are horrible. Having said that, this is by far one of the best I've driven because it pretends to be an 8-speed automatic most of the time.
I just want whoever is telling car companies that CVTs are a good idea to stop, because they're
It's a great shame, because if it had a proper automatic, or even a DSG, a driver could be drawn to this car. But enough of that, because there's a lot to like about the A4. The interior is a genuine delight, as with most Audis. The screen is a good size, nothing rattles or squeaks, and apart from the aforementioned dodgy switches, feels like it will outlast humanity. The seats are particularly good, but the leather is a bit slippy, and the silly flat-bottom steering wheel, while drawing on Audi's motorsport success at Le Mans, is actually annoying when you're trying to park. The MMI is getting better with every iteration I use, but it's still a bit fiddly, especially having to mentally map the buttons to the labels on the screen. BMW just does a better job with iDrive. The stereo is basic and not especially powerful, but it doesn't need to be because this is a very quiet cabin. While the A4's competitors ride very well, this one, even with the lower, tighter suspension and fat wheels, rides beautifully. It's quite an achievement actually, given that it handles quite well into the bargain. This is the thing with Audis, they have lovely detailing. There's so much attention lavished on how to make it feel and look good. BMW is a fan of form over function, and Mercedes interiors are, generally, gentlemen's clubs on wheels. If you appreciate beauty and precision, the Audi is a strong contender. Great engine, understated looks, beautiful feel. I liked it more than I thought I would, and it's obvious why a lot of other people do too. It's not the best drive, but it's the nicest of the three Germans.